Oh, it's here, mama. A brand new Minecraft era has begun. Only a couple of days ago, we got the announcement of a brand new numbering system. Today, Minecraft 26.0.23 officially kicks off. What up, Bessies? It's me, Waddles, coming at you live from my brand new Mending Palace. How's it looking? New Minecraft update kicks off with a feature 10 years overdue. Tons of mob changes, animation upgrades, and a brand new UI looks too. Gently, be careful today, it's a little sensitive. Gently tickle that like button for me and change it right now, right here today. Smash that subscribe button. Only 30% of you have. That's tragic. We on that road to 2 mil. After that, a big celebration. Stick around and see. Alright, so here we are. A brand new Minecraft era has begun. Except we already have a couple of problems. So this preview is known as 26.0.23. As you will maybe remember, might have heard by now, a couple of days ago, Minecraft announced a brand new numbering system. Gone are the days of one dot something. Hello are the days of year beginning, then point, then something. So that's great and all, except already on the main menu, we have a completely different version number to what the changelog says. But hey, whatever, it's fine. The devs added a little note right here on the changelog to clarify that, yeah, this is why we're seeing 2 versions from day 1. Or not even why, just the fact that they know it's a thing. But then, thanks to some code sleuths like Smokey Sack, it was found that internally, Bedrock is still using the 1 dot system. So Mojang announces this new update system to clear up all of the confusion. But the confusion is even more confused than before. Whatever, it's just a number. We'll move on. So the very first thing that I saw when taking a look at the changelog here, accessibility. Oh my god, as somebody who actually has like quite a bit of hearing problems, added a setting to show gameplay subtitles. Baby, what? Never mind the fact that inside of Java Edition most recently, they changed subtitles to closed captions. Hey, whatever, it doesn't matter. As Smokey pointed out when he quoted me, 10 years, 1 month, 12 days, and 15 hours, 56 minutes, and 50 seconds since Java got subtitles and Bedrock has not. Gone is one of the oldest parity problems. So over in game, inside of our new preview, if you want to check this out, we're going to pause the game. We're going to go ahead and go into settings right here. Then we will go to accessibility and then plot twist. It's all a joke, a ruse, guys. They said it was here, but no, it's not actually here quite yet. It doesn't exist. Another thing that the devs have added to the changelog since it initially dropped, this feature is currently not working as expected. We're going to have it fixed next week. So maybe we got a week to fix it and call it closed captions just like it is on Java now, but the idea that we could finally have subtitles popping up in the game, I just wonder how they're going to look. Like, are they going to copy the Java system exactly? I guess we will have to wait until next week to see for sure. Now, one of the big focuses of this update, at least so far, is mob updates, item updates, and animation changes. There's so many. With the Mounts of Mayhem update nearly upon us, though, there's only one spot we could begin. So we've got our brand new beautiful baby, the Nautilus. We go ahead and tame one of these. Whoops. We tame one of these things and jump on it. Hey, listen to that. We'll talk about that more later. We tame one, then we go ahead and put some armor on this thing, and oh my god, look at this thing. It's beautiful. But our big giant change here, we actually don't even need to put the armor on the thing to check it out. Nautilus armor, it will now reveal what kind of bonus is being granted to the thing when you put it on another thing. Previously, if we took a look at Nautilus armor, it would just say that it is copper Nautilus armor and it's an equipment. Same thing with every other tier. Now we have all of this extra information, and we can see here that Diamond armor and Nautilus armor will have actually received significant buffs as well. But why stop there when you don't have to? No. How about we go ahead and expand that same functionality to the other equipment armor into the game? Take a look at it. We can see here that all of our horse armors right here have the same info stat that's going to pop up here, except little problem. It seems that maybe the details between the gold and the diamond here will have accidentally been swapped. +2 armor toughness. We bump up a tier to diamond, that should be better. And yeah, we get better armor, but we lose the armor toughness. That's weird. To wrap it all up, we have the brand new upcoming netherite horse armor that basically, well, no, literally matches in statistics to the Nautilus armor. Right here in the changelog, in the item section, we can see not only the issue with the horse armor being pointed out, but our change specifically being documented with both entity armors here, providing a toughness value of 2 and 3 that didn't exist before. Oh, and how could I do it? I'm a monster. I completely forgot about it. Oh, look at that little guy. the wolf armor, which shockingly now we can see that it is just as good as diamond armor when equipped on an entity. Oh my, this is crazy. It's got the aesthetic of a leather, however, the functionality of a diamond. Unfortunately, because this preview kicks off the new update cycle, these new, better armors, they're not going to make the cut for next week's update, but they are a thing. Now this changelog right here, as we usually see at the beginning of an update, except on hyperdrive right here, is one of the largest changelogs that I have seen in a hot minute for Bedrock Edition. The amount of changes, fixes, toggles, adjustments that I've been digging into since this preview's release is actually insane. And it looks like the developers are going all over the Minecraft game and world and fixing, cleaning up things, making parity match, and squashing bugs, with the biggest focus in this preview being mobs all across the world and animations as well. Always, these previews are nowadays giving us hints and clues as to what's coming in the next update, so I don't know, we keep it in mind. Now, right near the top of this preview, we actually have documentation of one of the greatest changes of all time as well. It's in the creator section right here, and it's called Command Macro Support. Bleh. I will admit it, at the onset of this one, snooze fest, it's a boring technical sounding thing, but no, let me tell you, it's so much more. For example, check this out. With a quick flick of the wrist here, I can switch my game mode over to creative, switch my game mode over to spectator, slide under the ground, go back up on top, and then maybe, hey, say, how about midnight right now inside of my cozy world? So I can check out those colorful, beautiful lightings that haven't been touched an ounce. They've been preserved into this brand new preview era. It's beautiful. Command Macro Support. This is one of the greatest changes that I think the developers have ever made in the history of Minecraft. Dude. It's so good. All with the press of a couple of buttons, I can now cycle through whatever command in the entire game that I want to put there. Not just game mode, but literally anything. Alright, so at first, I actually had a little bit of a difficulty setting this one up. Inside of the settings right here, where we're going to want to go, slide all the way down to creator section. This is one of my least used sections of all time. We tap on that, then we have this toggle that will be off by default. Enable command macros. You're going to want to go ahead and flip that on, then tap on go to keybinds. Sliding over to keybinds, our keybind screen seemingly has been completely reset to default, so, I mean, that's the thing. But if we scroll all the way down right here, eventually we enter a new looking section right here with the command macros. Now, as you can see in here, I've already keybound a couple of different command macros. Yours will look like something like this right here. We'll have command macro 1 unassigned. What you're going to want to do, you tap on unassigned, then you tap on a key. And it's very important here that you tap on a key that you don't care about. Like, for example, check this out. I did time set noon to 1 and then time set midnight to 2. And because Bedrock Edition does not have support for multiple keybinds, never mind that there's a difference here, my hotbar slot 1 has been unbound and hotbar slot 2 completely unbound too. So I'm going to pick a key that I want to assign to a command macro. After that, I need to have a little bit of command knowledge. Knowing my commands here, what I could do is type in any command. No, like, shortcuts or anything will pop up. You just have to know the command and type it correctly. But I can type any command. Then jumping back over in-game, if I go ahead and tap my new command macro, well, voila, just like that, you can see that I've been teleported 250 blocks all the way up in the air. I tap it again and... yeah, just like before, it will always work every single time. Essentially, these command macros here are command shortcuts, so you can do anything at the flick of a wrist, the quick press of a button or two. Now here inside of the screen, we can also see at the intro to this command macro screen, command macros will allow you to assign a keyboard input that will run the command when pressing Alt and the bound key. So what that means here basically is to switch to survival, how I have it set, I'm pressing Alt F5, and then it switches to survival. Dude, this is almost like the whole game mode switcher that the Java devs added to the game a million years ago. This is such a beautiful functionality. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It's everything that I needed, but I didn't even know. All right, Minecraft the veterans. I want you to take a look at this next part and tell me if you notice anything different here, specifically if you're on Bedrock Gang. I use that. Do we see anything different that happened? Maybe we go ahead and flip into like third person here. I use that. I use that. Do we notice anything different there? Because you should. As a part of this update, we have a gigantic amount of fixes that polish up so many different player interaction animations that will happen into the game. Now here we can see a long list of like almost 20 different things. Now our changes here are going to mainly focus on the player, but stretch all across so many different interactions in the game. For example, dying an entity will have an animation. Shearing a sheep will have an animation. If I had redstone ore blocks and I was placing them down, maybe making a fancy secret redstone door, and I interact with the redstone ore, well, now I will actually have an animation as well when I'm like, tapping the redstone ore, interacting and trying to turn the ore on and do something. Another pretty big one here, balloons. This is an education edition feature, but when I attach a balloon to a mob, well, the animation, no, don't do that. The animation will actually play when I balloon a mob too. Another big one that'll play here, when I am taming or interacting with a mob in general, my hand will animate. And then when I am telling a dog to stand or sit, or any mob to stand or sit, I actually have a hand animation now. Now I'm going to try and stay calm today, right? But you never know. With all of these giant animation fixes, and for example, in approximately this update last year, the developers cleaning up biomes right before they went around the entire overworld and added a bunch of new plants and spring to life and everything like that. Well, actions and stuff being one of the most popular resource packs of all time. Better animation packs on Java Edition that do the equivalent, I wonder. It does make me wonder why all of these animations have been fixed, and if possibly we could see better animations coming in this new update. Maybe something like that, or something with all of these mobs. Oh my gosh. So starting off here with our friend that we were just checking out, the wolf, its model, its shadow, and everything like that is now properly centered on this mob. You guys are cool if we just kind of go rapid fire through a bunch of these, right? The Vindicator that likes to go by the name of Johnny. If we have a Vindicator named Johnny, it will now actually slaughter everything like it was properly meant to. The Johnny Vindicators for the longest time have been bugged on Bedrock Edition and not doing quite the amount of here's Johnnying that they should properly do. The baby variants of zombies and all of their other variants, so like a baby zombie villager, baby drowned, a baby husk, will now actually drop things like they're meant to. Oh, and baby drowned can now spawn with a trident too, so the developers hate us. They just want us to be miserable. Thanks. Meanwhile, on the other hand, if you're able to find a baby glow squid or a baby squid, they will no longer drop any sacks. Quite intriguingly, the polar bear has received tons of different updates inside of this week's preview. One of the biggest ones having to do with the baby polar bear and polar bears in general now attacking foxes. Baby polar bears, well, they will no longer become hostile towards the player. Instead, it's just going to be the mama polar bear. It should also be noted that these polar bears are a little bit smarter now in regards to when the player gets close to the baby polar bear, which the mama polar bears are not meant to like. I'm not too sure why it's exactly not working here, but basically the mother polar bear shouldn't like me being near the child and are going to be smarter about when they want to attack me. The polar bears also, when attacking a player, will recalculate their attack distance twice as much now, which is going to make them way more dangerous. On the other hand, moving over to the ocean, just about every single water mob has a brand new movement AI in the water and will therefore navigate around the oceans of your world a little bit better now and should hopefully get stuck on blocks a whole lot less. Not in time for the big update, this will include the brand new Nautilus, and speaking of the Nautilus, new sounds. They just added new sounds to both variants of this thing, but now we have even more. Listen. That's different, but even more excitingly, if I jump on one of these things and start cruising around, oh, that bubbly sound, that's a brand new one. It doesn't exist on Java either. I think this is 100% new. Oh, it sounds good in 3D and deep, man. I love it. Also, not quite in time for the mounts of mayhem, but would have changed your experience in that update significantly. The mobs, the new mounts that can spawn with riders. Well, those riders will more frequently spawn wearing copper armor now. So that'll mean that in this next update, 26.0, all of these mobs will get a little bit more dangerous. A big whoops-a-daisies that made its way into the mounts of mayhem update. The drowned, the skeleton, the stray, the bog, and the parched can all actually sometimes be able to pick up a spear and use it. That's not correct, because all of the skeleton variants, obviously, they like ranged combat, and the drowned, they should only care about tridents. In this upcoming updates, all of those mobs will no longer be able to pick up a spear. Oh my god, boy, you better run. And then, switching over to the main full version of the game that is out right now, a little bit of tragedy with this one. The baby horse, if I feed this thing something, you know, it will gradually grow up. It's quite beautiful how this thing will, like, change from size to size to size until eventually becoming fully grown horse, and then I can mount it and ride it. This is one of the coolest quality of life, like attention to detail types of things that Minecraft has had. Even better, this will happen with not just the horse, but actually mules and donkey. Baby donkeys as well have this gradually growing up system, and now, done in the name of parody, baby horses will now no longer gradually grow up. Just like they do on Java, they'll be small and then teleport to being large. Man, why do we get this kind of parody update? I don't think anybody wanted this one. It should be the other way around. It should be the other way around. The mobs gradually growing up is so cool. I don't get it, man. Why that kind of parody update would be added instead of the other way around, letting the Java models gradually increase in size. That would have been so much more cool. And I don't want to leave you on such a sad note today, so now we're over to Smoky Stack and Nipitar. Nipitar has found us out of the files a brand new furnace screen in Ore UI. It seems that we're getting closer and closer to this update. This furnace screen right here is one of the most finished Ore UI screens that I have ever seen over all of the time. This is beautiful. It's so good. It's a little bit darker. There's cracks. And look at that new glowing furnace icon. Oh, wow. That is so good looking. As a reminder, this was the previous version of Ore UI Furnace. Quite dated. And as was found by Smoky Stack, good news if you don't like it. Well, this will all be data-driven, which means I believe you can adjust this stuff with a resource pack. All blocks that have UI got moved under a new data-driven entity. There's also going to be a new command related to data-driven UI. So this stuff is all heavily in the works right now, but wow, this is going to be beautiful. I still really wish and dream of a way to update Java's UI as well, even a setting that we could toggle on or something. Because man, these new UIs, they look so good. Minecraft, the beta and preview 26.0.3, way easier to see. That's all I've got for you today. For even more updates and more, smash that like button, subscribe. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.